Welcome and thank you for tuning in. You're listening to the Beyond 50 radio program. I'm Daniel Davis. Nutrition becomes very important as most of us approach midlife and beyond, but it's actually good for people of all ages. After all, it's with good nutrition that we're able to rebuild, replace, and regenerate our cells. We're able to keep our immunity built so we can avoid things such as allergies and sickness, and most of all, have good mental and physical health as well. On the Beyond 50 radio program today, we're going to be joined with someone who for more than a quarter of a century has used a wide range of natural products such as vitamins, Chinese herbs, and homeopathy. She's also been involved with lifestyles like those based on microbiotics, blood types, and raw foods as well. This is someone who truly seeks to have a very good nutritional balance and optimum health. But she's going to be talking with us today about something known as soul, and she wants a lot of our listeners out there to know what this is, this highly nutritional value of what is known as seeds in this global product. I'd like to welcome to the Beyond 50 radio program today someone who is known as a rain partner, Latisse McCoy. Latisse, thank you for joining us here on the program today.
Yes, thank you for having me, Daniel.
You bet. Now tell us, what is this soul? That sounds interesting. Usually when you hear that word, you're thinking more on the spirit side here.
Right. Well, soul is highly nutritious, and it is made from whole cold-pressed seeds. And it includes naturally occurring vitamins, minerals, enzymes, amino acids, essential fatty acids from 3 different seeds: the black cumin, black raspberry, and Chardonnay grape. And what's really exciting here is that soul, it was an outcome of research conducted to locate something nutritious which would help children recover from the effects of chemotherapy. And the focus was on seeds, and then they looked at, well, which seeds, and finally the 3 seeds that are used in soul were found to work synergistically together and actually amplifying the effects of each other. A seed, now, many people may not know this, but a seed is 30 times more nutrient dense and has the antioxidant potency more that's greater than the surrounding fruit tissues. And with soul, just 1 2-ounce package, it's a liquid. It has 8 to 10 servings of fruits, 8 to 10 servings of vegetables, and 2 to 3 servings of healthy fats. And it doesn't, what's nice about it is it doesn't need to be refrigerated. It can be carried anywhere with you. It's in this 2-ounce packet, and you just open it and drink it. So it's very convenient to use, and it's liquid, and it is a food. So it is very absorbable in the body. And I was looking for like an all-encompassing, nutrient-rich type of supplement to use both at home and when I was traveling. And it's funny, you have to be careful what you wish for sometimes, because then a force can appear in front of you. And that's what happened to me. An acquaintance back in January introduced me to soul, and it was amazing. This was exactly what I was looking for, but then I didn't realize, wow, it has all these other benefits as well. One of the largest benefits really is the anti-inflammatory properties of each of these seeds. And most of us know that inflammation is a precursor to disease and plays a significant role in most ailments such as cancer, cardiovascular diseases, arthritis, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and even mental illness and depression. So I was really impressed with this product. And the ingredients in soul, they appear to really assist the body in rebuilding the immune system, actually slowing the aging process too, because they reduce free radicals, and that damage is caused by oxidation. And because antioxidants, they help heal the body then. They help remove these free radicals that in turn cause disease in our bodies. And another thing that I learned about this product early on was there's something called an ORAC rating. and that's the oxygen radical absorbance capacity. Those seem like big words, but basically this measures the capacity of the antioxidants in the product. And Brunswick Laboratories has tested Sol, and they found that it's much higher than any product with this ORAC rating than anything they've ever tested. Another thing about the product, it's very good topically as well as using it orally. So a person can put it on their skin if they have psoriasis, eczema, rashes, or even sore areas like maybe arthritis or joint pain, and it's very helpful in that way too. I need to make it clear, though, that because Sol, it's not medicine, it's a nutritional food supplement, we can't really make medical claims, but there is a lot of information on a government website called PubMed.gov, and this is a service of the U.S. National Library of Medicine, and it provides free access to studies and articles, and I'd just like to share a few of these things that I found.
That'd be good.
Okay. And first, the black cumin. There are over 300 studies that talk about the following. It enables effective regeneration of the cells in the respiratory tract in order to avoid some possible infection. Helps with irritation, diminishing the itching symptoms, protects the joints by contributing to the regeneration of cartilage and producing fluid. In this way, the joint moves easier and becomes more relaxed. Anti-inflammatory effect. And that's just the black cumin seed. And anyone can go to PubMed.gov and type in black cumin or any ailment just to see if it can be helpful with that. Next, we have the black raspberry. That optimizes the glucose level in the blood, prevents the formation of crystals in uric acid along the joints. Therefore, it aids in joint protection. Efficient in optimizing cell functionality with a preventive effect on cell degeneration. Optimizes the distribution of blood in tissue with a beneficial effect in stabilizing blood pressure. Contains phytoestrogen, having a retention effect on the tissue, soothing the skin from the inside. It's all quite amazing. And next, the grape seeds. There are over 1,300 studies which talk about these things. Optimizes blood fat level, so your cholesterol, possesses powerful antioxidants, supports bone strength, helps to reduce the risk of cell degeneration, aids the normal function of healthy cells, promotes cardiovascular health, contributes to memory improvement, increases resistance to stress, helps promote and maintain skin regeneration, assists recovery in the organs caused by inflammation. That all sounds very good, doesn't it?
I think it's very exciting, especially for someone like you who has really been out there, I suppose, searching and experimenting, if you will, with all the different modalities that you have to find something that has impressed you enough to get excited to talk to people about.
Right. It's like I used to use a number of different things, and they all worked. But now I've found Sol, and it seems to work for everything. It's like one-stop shopping for me. So I'm very excited about that because it's much easier to use, and I really believe it's where we're headed. Seed nutrition is the next step. We've, of course, had herbs, vitamins, juices, and now really the seeds are in the forefront. I want to say everything is all good, though. Like I say, everything I've used, so there's many good products out there. But as far as I'm concerned, this is the top of the shelf for me. And I really am excited to be able to share this with others, too. I've seen a lot of people being helped with the product. And it's really the ingredients in the product. And there is another ingredient that's very powerful as well in Soul, and that is D-ribose. And on PubMed, there are over 27,000 studies that talk about D-ribose. It is a sugar that's naturally produced in the body, and children have a huge quantity of D-ribose in their cells. And this is what gives them their extraordinary amount of energy. But as we know, as we grow older, this does increase. And D-ribose, the properties it has is and has an anti-anxiety effect, and also an anti-stress effect. I'm sure we can all use that. And has cardioprotective effects. It improves sleep, aids in concentration, relieves pain, and improves the general state of a person's well-being. And so I encourage people to go to PubMed.gov and explore the seeds a little more, too. And
now,
on my yes?
Well, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, on my website, there are testimonials, which are written, and they're also in video form. So my website is seedsshine.com, and there's also another website that's provided by Rain International, the company that manufactures the product, and it's lifeconcentrated.com, and there are 2 excellent videos there as well. So I would encourage people to take a look at both websites.
Now, tell us, what kind of benefits, if any, does it have on mental health, especially as people age? We tend to hear a lot of almost, in ways, discouraging ideas that as you age, well, the brain begins to degenerate to such a level that people take on onsets of, for instance, Alzheimer's and dementia. And again, I know that you said earlier in the program, we're not saying this cures or heals anything, but it helps the body to enhance its immune system and to really build strength through just really good nutrition, which makes a lot of sense. But what effect have people experienced as far as their mental health is concerned?
Well, we have found people that have been very depressed over the years have used Soul, and they've started to feel very good, and the depression seems to have left. Now, we can't really say it's the Soul, but it's quite amazing that they had depression for years and then started this product and now are feeling fine. And it really is the nutrients in the product. Our soils are very depleted. We don't really get the nutrition that maybe we once did through our food. But by eating seeds, because they're 30 times more powerful, we're getting a lot from those seeds. And in some ways, we may even be very malnourished. And Soul's ingredients seem to just amplify the nourishment that we need, you might say. So I'm not a scientist or a doctor, but I think nutrition and getting the nutrients that we don't always get are very important. Also, the brain is 60% fat. So with Soul, using these seeds, we're getting healthy oils. We're not getting the hydrogenated or the trans fats. And there is an oxidization factor that happens with oils. So when we have a bottle of oil, once we open that oil, it starts to oxidize. And we don't want the oxidization in our cells. That, again, causes the free radicals and disease. So Rain International is very responsible, very aware of the oxidization factor in oils. And they have a special proprietary process that they use to crush the seeds. They're using the whole seed, so that means the hulls as well. And we typically don't eat the hulls of seeds because they're bitter. But the process that they're using to crush the seeds does not compromise the oils. And because it's packaged quickly in 2-ounce packets, when you open it, you drink the entire packet, and so the opportunity for the oils and the seeds to oxidize are not there. So as far as our mind and our bodies, we need these healthy oils. And that can be very helpful for our mental ability, especially if you think of, the brain being 60% fat.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty exciting, too, when you consider that this here is really good for people in a day and age where so much of our food is manufactured on the grand agriculture, what do they call that, agribusiness scale.
Mm-hmm.
You have genetic modifications of organisms, of plants out there, and people really get concerned about what they put into their bodies. Now they're becoming very astute and very educated about this whole process here. And so as our listeners tune in today and realize that we have talked about nutrition quite in depth over the years here on the program, that, there might be a little bit of convincing needing to be done here, but as you gave one reference to PubMed, which is pubmed.gov, to find out more about this, that they can actually find out things for themselves. What kind of response have you had as you've presented this to people?
People are very interested, and as I explain more about the seeds and how they work together, it makes sense. It's logical. In a way, we look at it and we go, wow, why did it take us so long to think of seeds? And it may be the next source of our nutrition. We may consume more seeds maybe than the plants that they typically grow. And ancient civilizations used the black cumin seed. They used it for almost everything, any ailment they had, and they didn't know why it worked, but now we do know with the research that's been done, and that's quite exciting. They really revered the seeds. They even took them into the afterlife. They found them in tombs of pharaohs, and quite amazing. So as far as convincing, I think a person really needs to purchase a month's supply, and the product is guaranteed if they find they don't like it for some reason, or it's not giving them the effects they're looking for. It is guaranteed. They just need to leave one packet. There's 30 packets in a box. Leave one packet in the box, and it can be returned to the company. So it's fully guaranteed, and there's no loss here. Everything could be gained.
Well, that's very good to hear. A lot of people are always really concerned about, those sort of things like, well, I go and I've heard really great things about this, but I'm not really feeling much from this. What has been the greatest expression of people that you have worked with, or at least presented this to, about how it's helped them?
Probably what I've heard most is about pain reduction. So arthritic pain, joint pain. Some people have had pain for, say, 25 years, and it just diminishes with the use of Sol. This is something, though, that a person needs to take on a daily basis. And also skin. After taking it for a while, the skin starts to become more supple, and like I read that it helps to smooth the tissues from the inside out. That sounds rather fascinating. But I've seen people with, say, pock marks that their skin has smoothed out after a few months of use. Even with myself, the things I noticed were very subtle. I was really taking it for the nutrient and vitamin content at first. And what I noticed was that I was breathing deeper. I noticed, too, I wasn't thinking I was in pain, but I noticed my neck released and my back. seem to be letting go, even just after using a couple packets. My eyesight seemed to be more focused and clear, the mental clarity I noticed, and just more a steady energy, more balanced energy. I didn't feel tired later in the afternoon like I typically would. So that's a little bit about my experience, and that's what most people see. Sometimes people have to take it for a few months before they notice significant results. Other people can just take it for a few days and notice quite a bit. So it's like a case-by-case basis, you might say. Every person is different.
Now, how can people get in touch with you? You said there was a website earlier that they can find out more about this.
Right. Seeds shine, like sunshine. Seeds shine, and that's plural on the seeds. And that connects to my Rain International webpage. And I also have my email address listed there and phone number. And I'd be very happy to talk with anyone who's interested and answer any questions. They can order through my webpage. And we do have an auto ship program. And so that ships the product out once a month. That can be turned off at any time and turned back on. But that allows people to obtain the product at a wholesale rate. If people just want to try it with a one-time purchase, then the cost is just a little bit more.
Oh, very good. You know, it's just excellent to think about the fact that most people probably don't consider using seeds as part of their nutritional regimen, but yet it goes back quite a few thousand years, doesn't it?
It sure does, yes. Yes. 2,500 to 3,000 years is what the black cumin dates back to, that we've found ancient civilizations using it. Mm-hmm. Quite amazing. So it has been around. It is not new.
Do you find that people may approach or look at something like this as a way to boost, or as you hear a lot, you tend to hear a lot anyway in commercial media, you know, to reverse aging, so to speak? And if so, you know, do people experience those kinds of benefits?
Yes, I would say yes and yes. What I've noticed is with just my skin, the crow's feet around my eyes seem to have lessened, that they're not as deep. My hair also, it's helping to keep the gray away, or the gray at bay. I used to use the Chinese herb for that, and stopped using that for a while and noticed the gray was starting to come in. And I'm 55 years old, so I'm working really hard to keep my hair color. And we've heard that also with other people, even people that have gone gray. Their hair starts darkening up after a few months of use.
Well, Latice, thank you so much for joining us here and enlightening our listeners about what is available out there for people to take advantage of, whether it's that they want to improve their health, or it sounds to me like there may even be an opportunity as they share the gift of health with other people that they can certainly improve their lives in other ways besides health as well. Right,
yes. If anybody is interested in being a partner with Rain International, and I'm very impressed with the company as well, they should give me a call or send me an email. I'd be happy to explain more about that opportunity as well, too. So, and I just wanted to say also, on my website, it talks about the ingredients in Soul and what a person can gain from Soul. And I have to say the things that I'd like to share now, I have experienced. They've all happened to me. More energy, greater endurance, less pain. I didn't think I had pain, but I noticed like joint swelling went down, which I wasn't even aware my joint was swollen. Amplified immunity, better sleep, more effective weight loss, improved clarity and focus, reduced inflammation, healthier skin, and powerful anti-aging effects.
Well, very good. Latice, again, thank you for the time for joining us here on the program today and enlightening our listeners.
Yes, thank you for having me.
And one more time, what is that website?
Seedsshine.com.
Seedsshine.com. Just like you will when you contact Latisse and move in the direction of good and optimum health. Thank you again for joining us today.
Yes, you're very welcome. Bye.
We want to thank you, the listeners out there, for tuning in. We always try to bring you the best of the information that's available out there for you to take advantage of and share with others as well. You can also find out more by visiting us at Beyond50Radio.com. That is the number 50, but if you typed it in with the letters, you'll still find us anyway. It doesn't really matter. You can just put Beyond 50 into any search engine and we'll pop up on the first page. I'm Daniel Davis. Thank you for tuning in. You've been listening to the Beyond 50 radio program, and remember, live your day past halfway.